We're going to work mostly with raw umber. I'm going to add a tiny amount. Oh, you got skin on you, do you? Okay. I'm going to add the tiniest amount of cad red to that because that's going to give us a little more opacity. It's almost going to be kind of like a burnt umber, but I don't mind that red humming through. That's pretty. Oh, I didn't know it was going to do that. This is going to be real transparent, even with that cad red in it. We're working at 3.5 by 5. That's 2.5. And that's 3.5. 1.5. 1 3/4. Imagination. How do you access the imagination? Well, you listen. Listen. When I first, my initial impulse when Frank asked me on the channel, oh yeah, Sargent, no, professional brushwork, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Can't do it. But then he sent me this. But then I said, well, I'm open. I don't want to look at what you're talking about. And he sent me this. I could do this. I do it as good as Sargent. Dana. Probably not. I'll make it quite small in my monitor here. I just want to get the if you're going to do these kinds of things, don't get all whatevery. There's no value in exactly copying. Well, I don't know. There is. That's not true. But it's not as much value as the approach I take now, which is just a riff. Try and play the song. Learn the chords. I'm going to come over further with this. We got Frame Rabbit. I will definitely try and sell this. This cad red raw umber is pretty good. And you know what this is? It is raw umber, exactly like raw umber, but it isn't really raw umber. It is, so I'm getting things straight. It's that Rembrandt fake raw umber, so I finish what I'm saying. I'm getting things straight by these anchoring bits, so might be pretty accurate. Now I zoomed in and tried to see what his underpainting color was. It was reddish, yeah, somewhat. Did he even do an underpainting? I don't know. I don't know how the man worked. I respect Sargent. I don't have any books on his stuff though. So here we're just going to paint the tree, and the tree behind is one mass using the grid to get us. And I'm going to bring that over a little bit. I've got a tree in the middle of that. I've already messed up. Well, I don't care. I don't care if this is actually bigger. So there's an idea. Let's go ahead and that is the tree in the back, which, like I said, I would never do on my own. This is like a path. I think it is. It's like a bluish path. Okay, let's try the new ones. I got some oil here because that's how I'm going to do the tree. Not bad. It could be tighter, but you know, I mean, this is like if you bought this to do your ears, you would hate it. You would be like, these are awful. I'm going to kill my ears with these. I'm not doing a bad job. Certainly better than what I had, though. It did work, so okay. Okay, come on. I'm going to do a little different approach. I might have to redo a few things. I don't think I had this quite enough far down. Come down a little further. Frame rabbit. I'm pretty sure his painting isn't 3.5 by 5 inches. Clever as I was. Yeah, my whole thing's gonna be fatter, squatter. That's okay. Let's try again. Oh, that's doing a great job. That's a really nice tight little, it's a bit looser on the other side, but so Sargent's color, I mean, Sargent is a genius, okay? So, but, like, he really makes the point that I'm always trying to make, which is you can be influenced by my color, my approach to color, and I'm quite open with things, you know. And maybe you think, oh, if I just do it, it works for Mike. If I do it, you know, then it'll work for me, you know. But the real facts is, you got to come up with your own color thing. You do, and it will. You will. It's not even hard. Just you got to feel your way. So you can start with somebody like me or Sargent, or I don't know what colors he used. Maybe I don't know if he wrote. You know, I mean, I write, and then I got my channel, and so there's a lot of information about. But I'm a modern. That's 100 years after. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, there's very little darkness in this. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's get rid of this grid. I like my composition way better. It's definitely based on his, but I can see I've worked out that tree back behind in my own way, and I'm actually really liking that. So sometimes it's good to break a rule, and it's good to be open. You know, could have been it could have been just Mr. No. I'm not gonna try and draw anything here with the sky and the underpainting. We'll call that underpainting. Done. A little bit of tooth there. I did sand it lightly, but I left a little of that acrylic tooth. Nice looking underpainting. Okay, let's pause that and make some coffee and then jump in. Yeah, okay. So, more lessons for you. Like, be open. Be sure of yourself and what you want to do, but be open. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do color premix, and then I just decided now. So I don't have to decide everything before I start even painting, do I? Oh, sorry, I was going to make that cup of coffee on my time, but now it's on your time. You take that out of Google's half, okay? Coffee. So, but a lot of what we're going to be doing is informed by this color coming through. That's my plan. We've already started. You can see I didn't go very dark there. Now Sargent. You like black? You use black? Me too. I don't put that up there. I actually did get a nice, very nice result with that cad red raw umber. Well, I'm going to try that on another. Also, I really like painting on this color. That's cool too. Yeah, might even it's kind of a raw sienna. Okay, what am I looking to do? Oh, I'm looking for. Oh, come on, yeah. Oh, I need some blue tack. Blue tack. That's. I had a whole structure built with blue tack back there. Behind us. Which I took down, as you can see. I'm going to put my couch back. Just wait for my back to feel a little better. Because the other day I was thinking, I like the couch there because I can just sit there and look at a book or something, or just zone out. There's times, I push pretty hard. I'm not pushed as hard as I was as a professional illustrator. That was being pushed. But I'm always driving. I'm always driven. I'm always wanting to get a painting done. If I'm not doing a painting, I'm thinking about when I can't do a painting. Because the world needs them, right? If you know me, you know. Yeah. Ideas come to you, ways you can prepare, things you can do different. Maybe you say yes to something. A friend says, "Oh, let's paint a still life today." Now I don't paint still lifes. Maybe you learn something that will help your landscape painting. Okay. I don't need. That's that sienna dove. You've been fired. I don't like that ugly matte result from you. So he almost had a spot. He almost had a shot, but basically it's just a contaminated sort of burn umber raw sienna thing. So we don't need it. Come on now. I'll give you your spot. Just a bit of a skin on there. And burn number, won't you? Need you. I love you. I need you. Maybe some of you have noticed I've rearranged a few things on my palette. That is now in the that's now in the crimson spot. I swapped the two because the reason it was phthalo there, and phthalo used to be next to crimson because I was mixing them together to get my dark. I ain't gonna do that anymore. I'll use anything, but I made it work. But just because I made it work, I don't want to do it now. I got a better plan. All right, Sky. Yeah, I feel like he's not working very opaque. He probably would have had some Prussian blue. Let's do some Prussian blue. He's got a bit of a tawny quality. Tawny. Am I getting crazy? That's just to cancel out the green. I better get some real titanium white going. Yeah, it's super yellow. It's almost a aqua. It's okay. That's why I was adding this. Too green. That could work down below though. That'd be alright. So let's try again. And let's get the real titanium. So that buff has a bit of yellow in it. I mean, and I can blame it on that. But the fact is, I put a chunk of yellow ochre in there. But back off of that. I'm just gonna start with the pure blue. I'm not gonna get jiggy, fancy. So you get your pure blue with. Obviously, that's not what he's got, but I think if we just pull in the raw umber, it should fall right in. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, it's possible he was working with ultramarine. I don't know. Don't care. I ain't going to work with ultramarine. I'll use my Persian here. That's pretty good. Let's bring in a little more. Drying on me there, push. Push, cause no, I don't know what's throwing away a lot of phthalo, and now I'm throwing away a lot of Persian. And, you know, ultimately, I think I might have more loyalty to phthalo, but maybe not. Look, I just want that a little stronger, and maybe some black. So I'm always using the same things. And the reason that I threw in that brown ochre is because I'm seeing something like that, but I think I'm just seeing it because he painted, it's not very much blue, is it? I need more. I'll work with that for now. If it's more pure than his, I don't care. You shouldn't care either. Because matching things exactly is not what you... Okay, so let's zoom out. Why are you painting? What do you want to do? You want to create beautiful paintings, and you want the world to maybe to recognize and acknowledge. Well, first of all, you want to create beautiful paintings. Then, after you create beautiful paintings, maybe you want some acknowledgement. Okay, that's how it works. You want to create beautiful paintings, and so you look at the work of people like Sargent, and you go, oh, wow, man, that guy's painting's beautiful. Maybe I can get some off of him. I did the same thing with Ines or Murphy or Eaton or Carreau or any of the guys I really like making studies after. Nice. Usually I don't need cleaning for the blue. Okay, so I don't see a lot of cool gray. I'm not going to worry about mixing the cool gray. I'm going to, so I was a little ahead of myself. When I started throwing that in the blue, because I can see a spot. You're sliding. That's great. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? Get back up in your lane, man. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's a little darker maybe, but it doesn't always show. I don't do a lot of that, by the way, mixing a color and putting it up against monitor. I do like that. I think that's sufficiently earthy. I was thinking of adding a little black, then I recalled, well, got black in there in the form of Mike's gray, black and white, so yeah, I don't think I need to worry about it. And we can adjust it as we go. This is some kind of variation of the blue with the gray. Not worried about mixing that. Let's mix the cream. And we can start with the buff. You could start with regular titanium. If you start with regular titanium, it wouldn't even be that much different. Well, that's a little hint of something from another. It is going to be buff. Raw umber. So yeah, that gives you the classic feel, right? With titanium white, it would probably just be more raw umber, and then some yellow ochre. That's pretty much it. I didn't mix enough though. Here, I'll do some more with titanium. Titanium, probably just a little more of the raw. Because this is the formula I would, if I didn't have buff, this is what I would do to make the color with the regular titanium. I don't want too much yellow, but enough. Make it more here. You know what I mean? And there's variations in that. This gets into more of a pure yellow here, where we could bring in some cab and things as we're painting, possibly. Although you could conceivably manage that with the a little bit of orange and the yellow ochre. It's not straight up yellow ochre. I think I don't know if he had cads. He might have had like lemon yellow, whatever color that is. I don't really know. I got my 3 yellows. Why is that there? I'll tell you. I'm trying it out, and then it occurred to me when I bought it. Well, I'm supporting the only place in this town where you can buy real paint. I mean, professional grade paint is over here in the gallery there. So I like to buy a tube every now and again, just set up with that. But it occurred to me I already have a tube of something very similar in the drawer here. So I wasted $25 New Zealand. Whoa. Okay. His black, I think, is pretty much unapologetically black. Very clean. I'm going to do the same. And as he says it, he reaches for the burr number. Not much though, okay? You won't even notice it. Hopefully it'll just bring in some of its nice quick dry the green. Well, Mike's green will work for sure. There's a bit more brown. Let's go with the there is a dark green over on the side, and there's a ton of red in his greens, which to me is indicative of that's the Mars violet. It's called violet, but that's sort of a perylene red. See that violet subtly has an impact. Some crimson. So the same sort of lesson from Sargent as you get from me is greens are chock full of red. And those greens are earthy, so they don't look like they're made with blue and yellow. Dark green, yay. Medium green. We'll start with Mike's green. The innovation for the ages. And a heaping helping of this red iron oxide. It's a little flashier than this. This is a little more like muddy. So I'm going to put in a bit more of this brown ochre. That gave it a bit of a muddy effect. That is a dead match, pretty much. Raw umber wouldn't have done the same because of the amount of transparency in it. So, yeah, Frank, you were asking about that on a comment, and then, yeah, so you're getting to a level, dude, where you're realizing it's the opacity or transparency, okay? So you know what each pigment will do, and oftentimes it can be quite frustrating if you wanted to do one thing, but it's not cooperating. Well, okay. Unless we're left with this tone, which is, we could just, well, we can't just let board color come up. I'm going to use a little of my Cad Red hue. You could just use Cad Red, be a lot less of it. I'm going to bring in, there's a lot of ways you can mix this color coming up. There, and some orange. That orange is going to have some opacity. A bit of a reddishness that is not in the orange. That's why I started with the Cad Red hue. I like that. That's a little more present, but with some white added or a little yellow ochre, we get those other tones. So I like that. Just gonna stick with that. I'm not going to mix every little bit because a lot of the lighter bits could just be board color type tones. Would you just be the addition of some? Let's do it. I'll just do it for like that. That is my. It's yellow. It's yellow ochre from Winsor Newton. PY42. 43. Sorry. It's nearly just what I want. It doesn't have. It's not as green as the yellow ochre I usually use. Yes, the white and light in it, but it's also stealing chroma away. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Just playing around. I didn't need to mix that, but yeah, I thought it'd be illustrative. So that's PY42, but usually the yellow ochre I use is, watch me pull it out and have it say PY42. Let's have a look. If we can even read it. It's a pretty manky tube. PY42. Two different variations on the same pigment. It probably come from two different holes in the dirt, right? Alright, you want to do that limey green? Whatever, since we're being educational. Oh, and we got this. Look, I mixed it already. Here it is. And to be honest, to hit that, a slight amount of gray and white would be right there. Then maybe a little yellow ochre or something like that. Alright, let's start. We can work the sky. Let's do the sky. Then we'll go lunch. Okay, for the sky, we are going to use this fairly well broken in Art Spectrum series 1000 KF. That's a 2. That's going to be nice. Very nice. Now I know this blue. What the heck? Very facey. Very pure, but we can knock it back in purity. Even a little yeah, it's looking good. Maybe a little more raw umber. So I've added more raw umber. It has raw umber in it already. I see a note of like a, instead of raw umber, I think burnt umber. Yeah, I don't know like that. And there's a tap of a red in there. I'm just gonna put a little crimson too. And you see, I keep bringing in the pure. The crimson, of course, has a more pure sort of. It's pretty good. It's a little darker. Good to start a little dark though. shadows, he's got more pure. I'm going to add in blue and black. Not shadows, I mean the tree up here. I've simplified my tree. Come on, I'm painting this 3.5 by 5. So he's done some beautiful things. I've removed a couple branches and things. So. And I like my simplified statement, so I'm sticking with it. Okay, I was hoping that'd go a little lighter. Brown ochre. Not brown ochre, excuse me. Burnt umber. And look, that has like, it's almost greenish, so I'm going to counteract that with this blue. Over on this side, you see these kind of, it's a little uglier. I'll bring in some white and maybe a little of my cad red hue. The cad red hue won't be as darkening as that. I see a little more red in his, but that's okay. So when you're doing studies, make your shot. If it looks pretty good, just move on. Okay, don't think that, well, how do I want to say this? You know, sometimes working harder is the answer. And no question that if you work harder, you'll usually have better results. But pure blue, a little lighter. So I'm just looking to hit notes that he's hit. Oh, that's not good. Too light. I'll start bringing in a little bit of yellow ochre. Titanium white. That's my kind of tawny color. And I see this like his burn umber he was using could have been a little more red. I've added a little more red to that. It's a real factor though. It's really something I see. So over here, I've already had some of it. Yellow ochre. That's all good. That's good. Okay, down here. Yeah, never be cross at those interruptions. Yeah. Now there's a lot of an orangey quality in the board, which I've been leaning into, but while I was talking to my wife there, it occurred to me that one of the things I could bring in would be a little orange. And that's some complimentary stuff, and you know, Sargent was a color genius. Look, that's really the answer, I think, to some of these things. Whoa, too strong. I could have used the I could use that CAD red hue. I might have been getting an okay result with that, but there are some spots where there's a lot of orange. Yeah, it came to me. That's nice. I just picked up some buff. Now, there's a lot of ways to sneak orange in. I mean, I didn't have orange on my palette until like 2019 or so. That is burnt sienna. So, getting to my point, yeah, so before I had actual orange, I just make an orange with burnt sienna. Okay. Bring in some Mike's Gray. A bit of, back into a little bit of the, that's way darker and stronger than what I want. But with a little brushing out, we'll get it there. Keep in mind, we got that, we haven't even used dark, but I'm starting to work in, like, I just basically was mixing it again, and then I noticed I've got it up here. Got that gray. Now, mine may be in a few different spots in him. I don't worry about that stuff. Don't worry about that stuff with your skies, because then you have stiff, nasty skies. Just make an impression of his impression. Okay? Then you have your own painting, which is inspired by him, and he's dead, so he don't care. And he would probably be flattered even if he wasn't dead. That's nice. That's that gray I mixed with the, it's got some light up there. That's the thing with these art spectrum, they're not like in the same league as your not in the same league as your Silver Grand Peace. Not even fair to compare them, basically. That's about it for my darkest. Keeping in mind, of course, I'm going to be putting other colors on top. Yep, like that. Wipe the brush off. Back into the oil, which is pretty minimal right now, so let's get some actual oil in there. Going in here because it's not that far from here, right? Creamy down below. That's creamier. Okay. I use a little tippy tappy. That's too much, just so you know. I have well, maybe not. And the tiniest little tippy tappy of the orange. Well, I think we've hit this color pretty nice. I should have had some more blue around there, but whatever. Tiny tap more orange. And that cat is so powerful, you can see with the tiniest little snag has a big impact. Yeah, I need a little more purity. I'm going to bring more cad, more orange, my original, and a bit of titanium white. And we are moving the deck chairs on the Titanic. You can see that's a subtle difference. Put that yellowed up a little further. Yellow orange. Should have that blue. I'll wait though. I'll wait because I've got white on the brush right now. Loose. So a lot of times I'm getting that transparency because I'm just lightly doing things. It's a little stronger than what he had, but whoa. So, yeah, I think the burn number is a factor in this. And I've been adjusting with my alizarin crimson here. I just adjusted with, that's darker. Here I've just adjusted with burnt sienna. A little more chroma. He's got like this coming in the bottom of his clouds. I'm not far off. I'm bringing in more burnt sienna. Now his burnt sienna could have been a little more opaque. I'm playing it up a little. A little more of a clean white, which is kind of mirroring what he did. Pulled out of the clean, not cream. Back into some more. I just hit the yellow ochre. Yeah, so if what you want to do is learn his color, you take this kind of approach. I'm doing my best to kind of do his scene, you know, but I'm not sweating it. I'm not trying to be. You can feel the feeling of the classic painters in his sky there. You can tell he's looked at the Dutch guys. That's why I'm going to modify that blue so it's not quite so clean. We're almost done. Oh, that was more cad. Orange. And even more. And I'm going to grab a little of that. Yeah, that wasn't as good as I thought. It was grabbing a little of the cad red hue, which was, it's kind of got an ugly pinky quality to it. It's good for neutralizing. On its own, though, it's not that great. So I'm working in some reds there with the grays. This is supposed to be blue. Yeah. I see that in his clouds. That was burnt sienna he used. I don't think he would have had cat orange, but he would have had oranges. And they would have worked pretty similar. I don't want to overdo this. I'm pretty happy with that. So we're just going to let that be. I think we've hit the notes we want to hit. We're going to go. Oh, yeah, no, I got to finish this sky here. Adding it. Look in his, you can see all that little groovy reds and things in there. But you never get it if you just want to paint it all one color. I started with the darker warm gray, and now I've put in little bits of things in there. It's pretty good. It's not exactly like his, but it looks good, and that's good. Further with our chroma here. So I'm going for the cat orange, cat yellow, yellow ochre, or orange. A lot of times I use that. he didn't have titanium white, so he would have been using. They may have had zinc white. Don't know. His is almost more bluish there. I think that might be what you're talking about there, Frank. So, yeah, if you want to get a little more cool, I'm going to put in some Mike's Gray, which is the ivory black. There, that's a little better. That's a little more like what he's done. Up here as well. That's cooler. Just a little bit of, it's not working either. These are getting a little overworked, those clouds there. So when you're running into that, you go, oh, I've lost something. It was fresher. Well, do your best to finish it off and then move on. You've got the word. I didn't hit his notes exactly here, but close enough. Close enough for you to get the idea. Yeah, and I'm going to stop. Now, so we'll be back, and we'll finish it. Okay? Yeah, it's not bad. That's just breaking me out of brushstroke mode. Nothing wrong with brushstroke mode. Sometimes, a little. This can be a good What the heck is that? It can be a good compensation for the scaling down, way down in size. So hold on, I'm going to bring this a little fresher. That is cad yellow, which is a fresher yellow than the Alright, we'll see ya. We'll be back. Okay, we're back. That shouldn't take very long. I think it's looking good. Nah, it's not my kind of thing, these clouds, but you know, I think I did a decent job. I've done a little smoothing out with the palette knife. Be careful. That gets kind of good in that. I just picked that. Yeah, so I'm telling you, be careful because you'll mess up your whole painting, you know. You'll mess up your whole painting. I got it good enough. Okay. And I got the feel across, I think, pretty well. Mine's a little darker. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and mess with that all day. So, because it's not about making exact copies. I'm not working in China. I'm not getting my orders from a factory. I'm going to be simplifying his branch structure a bit. Mostly because this is tiny. So You want to sit there and paint all those dinky brushes this side? Yeah, be my guest. Paint. His is breaking up there. It doesn't need to be as strong down here. His actually has some blue. I don't think I care much about that. Oil. But sometimes you just won't get enough. Now, this is clever what he did here. He's got to let go of these distant. It's got a little bit more of a hard edge than we want. But that's okay, we'll deal with it. We got strategies. I think the best strategy here, which is be a little coming in from the white. That's how I keep twirling the swab. We need a pretty good load of paint to do this. I don't know. Otherwise I would run out. Yeah, I could tell this was France or Italy because that's where they have this kind of trees. I mean, people grow them everywhere, but pretty distinctive, especially France. When I see these kind of trees, I always think of France. Put some green over there too. I think it's probably good to just tell most of the story right now with black. You can see I'm not just doing 100% black. Nice. I got my brown there from the board. It's a great brown. That's okay because this is kind of like that too. That's about it for the black. Doing a good job for me, Mr. Zero. I think I'm going to stick with that. Well, this one's got to be broken. I mean, you can't break it in unless you use them. So let's go ahead and give it a whirl. Start with some dark paint. And then our dark green. I've got a little hint of board color there. I'm not going to worry about it. It's better not to worry about it. In the process of cleaning all that stuff up and getting all perfecty, you'll ruin your painting. So no, just Uncle Mike. Just Uncle Mike. I got your best intentions at heart. That's probably enough. Back to my green. No black in my brush now. We'll put a few notes. I'm just curious how much. It's not much lighter, but there's mostly red up there. Put that blue in. Watch me. Got to wake it up with the nice gray. That's kind of an impressious move. That's not what I would call a tonalist move at all. Start bringing in blues and things like that into the grass. You're kind of in a different place. So it looks nice, and we are it's actually, though it's a lighter version of what's here, I may as well got it in my brush. That's a little more green. Permanent green light to the rescue. That whole transition there very vague. And my transition is definitely more vague than his was, but I did the photoshopping. A little more. Actually, I just brought some of this permanent green light into my dark green. It's a very different color than the middle green I did. That's not working because it's too dark. That green deviates from what he's doing, but he ain't here. I won't tell if you don't. I think he would have approved too. That's nice. Those look good now. I've gone up higher. I got a license. It's called an artistic license. Don't mess with me. Okay, I'm liking that. That's nice. Yeah, and look how this color is. It's pretty reddy, but this gets in the real reds here. But I think we can plunk down some of this now. I think it's a pretty good match for a lot of these tones. We got a little bit of opacity humming in there. More green. Here I'm popping in the Perylene and followed up with permanent green. This is kind of a greeny green. It might be blue. Blue would be better. There we go. Now that's unfortunately a little dark now, so I'm going to have to bring in cad yellow while I'm hitting this note. Those are not toneless colors. There's not a lot of that. Oh, there's some here. Not much different from what I had there. Too dark for what I'm doing. Okay. Let's get into that reddy tone. I think what I'm going to do is take some of this when I mixed and a little cad red, which you can see really forces the issue. But the green's still there. Because when I look here, I'm just seeing even more red than that. It's an earthy red, but given everything that's going on there, I think I'm just going to push it. A little bit here. Not that dark though. Okay, that, you know, I think it has to be there. So, permanent green light is drying on me. This is going to be a bit much. Permanent green light, and then knock it back with the to hit these tones in the tree here. And I'm gonna have to go a little more opaque. It's opaque at a cost. What are you? Get out of here. It's opaque at a cost though, because that's pretty a bit strong. Because the cad yellow brings in hue. It doesn't just bring opacity. You know, that's kind of nice, rich. So a lot of the stuff he's doing ain't much different than what I would do. The difference is like because he's, I'll just put some of the light strokes in there. I don't want to be too married to that either. He's influenced by the Impressionists, I think. Yeah, when we start putting blue like that. Let's see what this color's like here. That's the orange. Keep in mind too, he didn't work as hard as I did because I'm making a study after his deal. When I end up red on the bottom, I went further than him, but green. I just noticed he has like a really strong black there. There's like this little black swiggle there. I keep messing it up. Close enough. Close enough. Okay. Generally speaking, you know, it's stuff like that going all the way out the top. But this color's vague. this tree. That's all right. Okay, so we're getting into some of this. It's informed by blue. That's what it is. This green. More blue in there. Yeah, it's that kind of green. I mean, it's muddy, but at its heart, it's that. And we're talking here. Got some orangier stuff over there, but for the most part, I think that's good. Bring in a little yellow ochre into that. Blue, white, there's a bit gray. I'm still real too chromatic, but we're getting there. There we go. Down here, I'm a little dark and a little chromatic. Let's add some Romber will. Just a way to hit that note. So if there's an artist you like, I mean, this is a great way to go. You're almost done. Let's go ahead and get some of these darks in. Oops, so we had oil again. Yeah. Well, that's because I just put in a few drops down. You don't need a lot of oil. The less oil you use, the better. When you gotta have it though. I'm not saying that I love you. Yeah, I forgot what I was going after here. Not that brush. Okay, so we got like these other colors we mixed here. That's quite red. Defortify it, put a little green, and this will be this transition here. I think I could put some here. Yes, that's right, I just picked up some more of that. Now there, that move is a transparency move. Just pushing lighter and letting the board come through. If you need a green to pop, you can always grab a little cat yellow. Because it's got the chroma and it's got the opacity, so mixing that into something, if you're having a little struggle, that's too wet. have to remember not to say welcome to another toneless landscape oil painting demonstration. This is not. Now that's pretty chromatic, but that was kind of me mixing board color, and there's some spots. Darken that tap. With like some. I'm gonna go way brighter than that. I'm just kind of doing a little blending. I don't want to do too much blending because this is a study. If you start getting too, well, the color there was way prettier, hey? That was burnt sienna. Yellow ochre, no more burnt sienna. We'll need that blue color. We're coming with some light. Dipped it in the pure burnt sienna. It's not quite burnt sienna and orange. Yeah, looking all right. Okay, guess who's making an appearance? Quiet with the whining. It's a subtle amount of diox. He's got purple shadows on the tree. Oh, I see. All right. That is not. Oil. come with our clean black. I'll clean that up with the sky. Yeah, because I was thinking cypress there, but that's wrong. He's got all this groovy stuff he's done with these limbs. I think the purple's helping here. He's got more tree than I do, but he had more room than I did. Yes, Mr. Whiffy. What did I do here? I don't know what I did. Let's do mine. Let's fix up that more tension, a little thinner too. Keep in mind you're picking up the other colors, so don't try and do too much. That's good. Okay. Yeah, and then tree here, there's this grayish purpley tone. They're very subtle in the purple regards, but I'll play it up a little. See what I mean? Just keep knocking chroma out, even more chroma. Really, it's barely purple. I'm just kind of playing it up since you know. Oh, it's so dark. It's too dark, Mike. What are you doing, bro? To gosh, I'll see if I can bring it up. I'm not sure I'm using the same blue as him. I'm adding crimson, purple, blue, black. Not quite able to hit it. Oh, there's a bit of green in it. Let's get closer. Try the blue with that. You know, if you're patient, you can hit almost. That's pretty dang close enough. Especially considering I'm going to paint in there and watch this be darker than what's there. It is. Let's just lighten it a little. Ain't Darwinism, son. And his is so loose there too. It's nice though. I like it. And that blue is too pronounced. Just clean the brush of oil. I can see that he worked on. I can see over in this area, which I've got the painting there, so you should be seeing it too. I'm not seeing it like that. I think he did his painting on a very similar board to me, or he tinted it or whatever. So I'm shooting for that right now because this has gotten a little overworked here, but I went too far. I'll just put a few gestures in. That's a little brighter than what he's got, but Alfie Whiffy. What do you want, Alfie? So we're almost done. We're gonna do these tree color. Down, lay down. I've got a pretty good neutrally on my brush here. I want to go a little orangey with it. So I'm essentially cleaning my brush. And then it's flatter than that. Now I could have grabbed some more umber, but you can neutralize with the opposite, which was a purpley bluey tone. Give me complementary. And lighter with some organic red. Just trying to hit his tone here. It's kind of nice and flat. Like I would do with some waves, I'm going to go pretty. Wet. Switching to brown. capture some of those warm branches again. Yes. Gotta bring the green down more there. I think it's on here somewhere. Okay, when you find yourself floating around like that, it tells you something. Okay, you're done. So I know when I'm done. Doesn't mean I completely stop, but it means I know that I'm done. So now I have a whole different mentality, and that's called, instead of creating, it's called kind of adjusting, fixing things up. This is oranger, I know. Alright, done. Yeah. No, that's very strong. It's making a mess, Mike. You're making a mess. It was one a little strong. A little strong. I got a plan though. Let's go to plan. Okay, well, I was able to fix that, but I'm living dangerous. I want to. I see. Might be getting tricky. This isn't in his, but I'm wondering. It kind of is. we'll call it a day. Because it's not going to get much better. I'll do some picking. There you have it. He's a little bright. Well, that's a little bright in his too. Just knock that down. Okay, I'll pause this and then we'll do a nice zoom in. Yeah, I did a few things. Here we go. Alfie, you just messed up my zoom, bro. Thanks for joining me today. Take good care. Stay out of trouble.